Hello, Cancers. Welcome to Mountain Medicine Tarot. My name is Mindy Lou Mayhew. I am here to show you guys about this tarot card spread. I'm going to get a shuffle for you guys really quick. Alright, so we're going to start here in your past. This is things that have happened already. We'll go within, things that are going on within you right now. Above to what is coming in from your higher self and higher knowing. And then forward, and that is what you will be up to or facing for the rest of 2017, because it is the end of 2017. So your past could be any time between just this last month of November and before. What we have here is the ritual of joy. This person is just kind of doing a dance on the wind and feeling the sun on her face, and it's this space of this highest vibration and making happiness a priority. It's making a ritual out of joy. It's making sure that what you are doing is making you happy and making you happy on a constant basis. So if that's something you've been doing, I think that's wonderful, because it was right side up. So I feel like that's something that you have been up to already. Then we have the cradle board. Very cool. So a lot of people see a baby and assume that a baby is coming. It can be that, but on a general reading, if you haven't been thinking about babies, either way, I don't like to solidify if a baby is coming or not. So schedule a reading with me if that is something you're curious about. This one actually has more to do with the next 7 generations and taking care of the babies as far as the earth, because you're not the baby, you're the cradle board, which is kind of like this car seat, like a backpack, right? And it has to do with this ability to respond. So it has to do with, okay, you have the baby, which can be an idea, it can be a career, it can be anything, whatever it is that you're protecting. How is it that you want to take care of it? What is it that you're going to do as your action plan to really nurture that thing that you want so badly, or that thing that you are attracting into your life? It doesn't have to be a baby. You can put anything inside this cradle board. You are the protector of it. So you're taking responsibility for something that is on a pretty large scale if it has to do with the next 7 generations. So let's come back to that and see what comes up. Your guides are telling you that you're getting some messages from your guides. That's very good. So just keep the channel open. Keep really good concentration on your third eye or your crown chakra. Maybe do like activation of your chakras that end in the crown chakra opening, because I feel like these are messages that are very much ready to come in. It's got the eagle here, which is the brink between earth and sky, because they're able to fly so high that they disappear. And so in ancient times, they of course came to the conclusion that birds go up really high and bring the messages down to the people, because a lot of times they'll land and then just kind of stare at you. And back in the olden days, they could actually communicate with animals, as far as this book and everything that I've been reading suggests, because each animal has a different medicine to teach, and this one is about listening. So make sure that you have the ability to respond to whatever it is that is coming to you, that you are intensifying or taking it into your inner workings and actually just internalizing the information. Just take it all in order to move forward. And here's your movement. Oh, cool. So the stone people represents the ancestors. Could be something to do with family history. It could be an inheritance. It could be something to do with your parents. It's just ancestors. And then it has to do with more messages coming in. So I kind of think of it as like writing on stone. No Native American languages were actually written until like the 1900s. And so they were all passed down through word of mouth. So it has like this closeness about it when it comes to messages. So there might be some knowing that's kept in records. Maybe somebody has a will that you need to see. It can be legal documents as well, but I feel like it's a little bit more family-oriented. Let's see what we have. We've got some solidifiers here. So this is another deck. This one's a little bit more northern. So let's move forward here. All right, so this is the medicine of the South, which is this area right here, which has to do with your past experiences, and it's all about being open to change and being very diverse. And so we have the winged beings here, hawks it looks like, but the place of the South is actually represented by the wolf, and wolves are first off tricksters. They like to make jokes on other animals in the kingdom, and they play with their food, and so they are thieves and tricksters. And that's a good thing to keep in mind when we're talking about other people, because wolves will also run in packs, so they have to do with other people. And I say that just because the spirit of the South is represented by the South in the other books. If it was this card representing the South, it would have a wolf on there. So I just associate it with that because this is a newer deck. That's my older deck. So I just like to solidify what I already know. But this, with the birds, does solidify even more messages coming in. I feel like just keeping yourself very open to new information is going to be key right now. So just making sure that your sacral chakra and your crown chakra remain open, and your throat chakra as well. Just be very open to new information because, yeah, something big is going to be revealed. So we'll leave that one there. That one also has to do with personal space. So it could have to do with this person down here. It's very open and free and a little bit flighty looking, which is great because they're having like this childlike innocence, and that's this place here is the childlike self, which is definitely a good thing, always a good thing. But we have openness here as well. So I feel almost like personal space could be an issue. Maybe it's time to kind of close the door of your bedroom a little bit, create what I like to call a cuddle cave, and just kind of concentrate on yourself a little bit rather than whatever messages are coming in, because if you're thinking about it all the time and kind of stressing over it, it's going to have a harder time coming to you. So just remain open and remain calm, and then just listen intently to angel numbers. We can have messages come in from all over the place. It can be like license plates can give us more clarity than a tarot card reading. It just kind of depends. So next, as we move with this ritual of happiness into the ability to respond to the higher knowing coming in, we have a cleansing. So I think that is what you need to do, is just kind of close the door to your personal space. Make sure you kind of put yourself around some crystals. I usually have my sage burning over there. It ran out just because this is halfway through the zodiac, but cleansing with sage or whatever else. We've got like the wind here, so a lot of air flowing through. We'll just keep the air flowing. You can also do like some feng shui, some movement with the things in your house, just to make you feel a little bit more at home and a little bit more comfortable and a little bit more relaxed too, because we've got a lot of airy, kind of flighty energy going on. So let's see what's next after a detox. All right, so wow, north again. Wow. All right, so in this area, we had this one, which was the north, representing the north, all about detox, energy flow, and cleansing. And then we have two more norths, which is spiritual connection and wisdom, as well as progress, success, and hope. And both of these represent the north. So, wow, that's really cool. Oh, yeah, so you're just getting messages left and right. Like, your illumination is on fire. We have got ability to respond in the grounding work and just being really open to receive and happy to receive. Like, this is really connected to higher source. We've got knowing revealed in just about every single corner here. So this is just like an activated vortex, and the knowledge is just coming in. All you have to do is be able to stop and recognize it for what it is, because the ideas and the wisdom and the connection to the other realm is very strong. So just hold true to that. If you need to utilize your dreams, use a dream journal. This isn't something to be afraid of. If you meditate, I definitely, of course, we have Capricorn energy. So Capricorn right here, they are the wise ones. We have wisdom again, inner knowing, and then goes as far as teaching. So we have all this purple energy right here. That's the crown chakra. That's the upper part of our framework right here. Wow, very, very powerful. And the Capricorn says on there, greater responsibility, because you have this inner knowing and this connectedness to teach others how to use theirs. So I feel like your intuition is just so strong that it needs to be utilized to assist the next generations. Or maybe this writing needs to be you writing a book. Something about sharing your knowledge, because there's a lot of it here. I just feel like you are bursting at the seams with higher knowing. Wow. So as long as you cleanse your space and are able to respond to these messages. All right. Here's a couple here. These are Amazonian from Central America. We have this star shape over here. We'll start with that. It's called the Sacred Precinct. It's all about centeredness, sacred space again, being present, renewal, birth, and healing. Wow, so it's all about starting anew. Maybe a new endeavor, whatever, maybe this book, something to that effect. Then we have Scorpion. Scorpion energy is actually a bad omen about cycles. So I think if you do not respond or you do not take these things into consideration, you're more likely to relive things that you have already learned. And those can actually get more and more painful more times they go around the cycle. So just be really careful with what you are attracting into your world. Just because if you've already learned the lesson, they have to teach it to you twice. It just comes stronger so that you will understand it for the final time. And then we have here, this is called the Sacred Tree. It's got 2 hummingbirds and a tree trunk there. We have this duality of everything in this deck I love a lot because it just has this really vibrant blue and red combo that's very dual and duality. World Tree card indicates steady future growth because of your well-rooted actions. It presages the bearing of fruit from your labors, the good fruit from a good tree. And to taste of this fruit is to taste and realize new possibilities. Go ahead and sample the sweet fruits from this magnificent tree. The World Tree always speaks of balance within a situation or question and suggests ways that you can create it. Let this sacred tree teach you how to be yourself, to grow and nourish in steady grace. The dew-jeweled leaves are sparkling in the morning of life. With this spirit tree, you can be perfect and complete. Let wholeness and sacredness emanate from you. Become one with this great tree of life. That's beautiful. So we have that duality that I was talking about. And the cool thing about trees is they're giving and receiving all at the same time at any given moment. They take from the earth and give their fruits at the same time. It's always like this pulsating life force. So I feel like that balance of knowing when to be receiving and when to be giving is going to be very important. So just keep that ebb and flow very steady and focused. I feel like just focus your endeavors, and like this is a lot of really cool information. It's just saying like keep the portal open, like, and be willing to learn, because all that you need to do right now is take in the things that you are being told. So whatever that still small voice inside of your head is saying to you, just make sure you're not ignoring that in any way, shape, or form. So if you're laying in bed and the first thing you think when you wake up is one thing, and then you spend the entire day denying it, that's the only thing I could see being a problem. Prairie dog, cute little dude. He is one that digs into the dirt, provides himself with the space he needs, gives up big boundaries because they have their own little, like an anthill, you know, they can go in there and have their little corner, just a cute little cuddle cave, like I like to call it, and allow themselves that space, even though they're part of a large community. They're also very cautious. See, he kind of like pokes his head above ground. I feel like that's you. Um, Going above like the womp womp of society's mess and instead seeing things from a higher perspective. And that's very powerful. Sorry, there's a truck that goes by. I don't know if you could hear that, but okay, we'll pick a couple more of these for the center here. Yeah, I feel like creating your own personal space and just listening to whatever comes through. I feel like you could do a channeling journal right now. That would be very, very beneficial. Just getting a journal in general and waking up and writing down the very first thought that comes to your mind could be very beneficial for you. Okay, let's just see what we have. Oh, this one just came up in the last reading as well. Swan is very, very graceful. They're very feminine. Let's just read a little bit. Oh, I tried to read, and I don't know where my book is. So, never mind. We'll just stick with the fact that swans don't ever really get messed with because they really don't have any enemies in the animal kingdom. They're very feminine, graceful. They can fly, but they don't necessarily have to. They just free flow. So I feel like once you tap into that and just kind of embody that swan energy, and instead of being alert all the time and wondering, oh, looking every which way and saying, oh, there's messages everywhere, what am I going to do with all of them? I feel like you just need some time to kind of close down and process. So I feel like this could be an easier process than what it looks like. It looks like there's a lot going on, and it looks like kind of a bombardment of energy, but it really is for your highest good, and I feel like just prioritizing what it is that you have been learning lately. Maybe someone's going to school, like I said, writing a book could be your endeavor, but I just feel like the more space you can provide for yourself is going to lead to the most success in this space. So prioritize, do what you need to do to keep yourself sane with all of these energies coming in. It's all very high knowing, so do with them what you will. And then the one and only way to work with me right this moment is to be a part of my group program. I will be offering readings in that group program, and then we will be working together for one whole month. So you get 30 days of access to me. We go through each one of these quadrants in each week of December so that by the time 2018 comes, you can be ready to take this action step, whatever that may be. So in order to do that, just go to facebook.com/groups/mountain medicine mindset, and that is where you will find me, and we will incorporate these framework ideas into your life and incorporate what it is we're learning here and be able to really set things out in a way that we can understand fully. All right, thank you so much. Have a good one. I hope to see you on the mindset page.